Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars Week 28, Day 5. It is a red day. So, today, Grim Loop, we shall come for you. Next week though, I believe there is a new Dragon Team watch to be running on Red Day next week, assuming that's past Friday. We are getting a new Mythic next Friday, so should be used for that. I believe it used red. I actually don't even remember now. Let me double check that. Never mind, that page doesn't say it. Wait, I'm curious now. I gotta go double check. Should have checked beforehand. He should use red. Yeah, he does use red. I was correct. He's a green, red, yellow. So, yellow, we might try it with Bard. Green, we could try it with Dragon class. And of course, red, obviously, Dragon class. So, we'll be giving it a shot. So, we'll have something different to use next week. But for this week, we will be sticking with the classic of what we've been using recently, which is, of course, the Rock Troll, Dark Troll, Elmagrim, and Furnace combo, and possibly Elmagrim to last. Ideally, Kraken will not go crazy. I don't know exactly if we should put it back or not. I guess we will. We'll try it again, putting it back. The biggest issue with putting it back, though, is the fact that it doesn't get up as quickly, and it's not going to get a really proper loop going. But it does make us safer since Kraken has a 0% chance of devouring us, which of course is good. Good that he doesn't devour us, that is for sure. So right off the bat, do we leave him the skull? I want those reds, but for the obvious reason I can't due to all the yellow that he'll get. I guess we'll take it. Don't move that. We can now take red safely. So we will do so into some blues, which we don't use, but he does, at least for board control, if nothing else, but also for his little giant spider there. I shouldn't say little, it's literally called a giant spider. So not so little now, is it? Hello, Nico. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Henny. Hello, JZG, and hello, Autobots. Welcome all. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, browns. I don't like taking browns because we need to double the brown, but I guess we'll remove that real quick. Kind of want to skull poke him. Since we can't take any other color right now, we'll just do like a yellow into skull. So we'll go get that. We'll take a little bit of his color, so we'll deny out these purples to give him a lower chance of getting an extra turn. We missed the extra turn that we could have gotten, but now that he has Kraken, we don't need to worry about it as much since we did set the safe last slot. So he will be annoying slightly, but he won't be able to devour us. So while he might be annoying, he most likely will not be able to net a win. And now we could just kind of go crazy. And Furnace seems to be out of the way enough that it's not really going to come into play here. So we'll just do that. Get another Elmagrim down. Keep it going pretty much until we wipe. If he still keeps getting his mana up. Oh, excuse me. And move that skull over. Get another Elmagrim. I think we can get away with it. Yep, we did. And in Furnace for the wipe. And that's pretty clean. That's about where we're going to get most of the battles. Maybe just slightly quicker if we can, but I'll take it. There we go. How has everyone's weekend been going so far? Our day has basically been spent just doing streams now. For every Saturday now, we're basically just going to be doing that. I guess we're making Saturday or like stream day now for now on, I guess. All day Saturday, pretty much just stream. That's actually a lot of fun to do though. Well, we'll go move that over. Let's see. We'll go take over the blue to red. I'll just take some manas there. Scion, you're stunned, so we don't need to worry about that, which is good. We'll go take ourselves some yellows, get that over. See what else we might need to grab. We'll probably take a green into a blue drop if we can. Get the cascades from there. Hello, Adrian. Hello, SW. Welcome. Alright, we'll just get that out of the way. Take ourselves some purples, get the double. Hopefully that doesn't interrupt too much. Only 9. We'll go for it. But we do land it, which is what we needed. Very few purples, though. So few that I am not going to bother casting it onto the board. Not really worth it. So we'll go take ourselves a red here. And just keep waiting it out until the board gets a little bit better in our favor. And it does look like the purples are close enough to each other now. Even though it's almost the same amount as before. They're closer. So better chance that they would land. Unfortunately, didn't get it. Brown doubling is too random for us to bother here. So we're just going to go for an Infernus. He's going to get some mana drain down. Oh, he went for the skull instead. He's stunned at the moment, so he doesn't actually get any value. Perfect, so we can just roll that. Elmagrim, please land. That'd have been really useful if it did. Okay, we'll go get the rest of his mana up. Brown Surge. Do we have a +1 on him? Something makes me think we do not, so I'm just going to do that instead. Oh, apparently we did. Okay, well, I could have gone for it then. Well, we still got it, so it doesn't matter. Throw that down. Also, I don't know why I'm still using it in this version, this order. I should have switched it back when we got into the other battle. I guess it doesn't matter. And reds, boom. Infernus, dead. There we go. Okay, so far so good. See if we can pull that off 3 more times and we'll be good to go. Hey, we're over 9,000! There we go. Razu! Against a Lord Ironbeard who does triple damage, a Valkyrie, a Lady Ironbeard, and a Highforge. Definitely want to switch that back. Need to get the bigger loop. There's not really any stats effects or anything, so in we go. As long as it doesn't hit Elamagrim or Infernus with one of the bigger hits, we should be fine. Or then again, his Highforge will always hit them, but that's the main reason why. If he does one of these two into a Highforge cast, that could be enough to actually kill us. Gotta be excuse me, gotta be careful. I just ate before the stream. Bad idea. Can't eat right before streaming. I'll keep burping, apparently. Let's see. Also doesn't help that I was drinking soda. So we'll go... We don't really need anything that's on the board right now. We'll take a brown into a red chance. We didn't get it, though. Ow! That's exactly what I needed you not to hit. That is really bad. We're going to lose Infernus almost immediately. Okay, make that immediately. Well, 1 drip down. That didn't take long. Yeah, let's get the double on the purple. We got a little bit of purple there. Not really enough, though. Not at all enough. Wow. Okay, this could be really bad. Do I risk it now? Wow, that's a lot of damage. I think we risk it. Why you no lands? Well, 2 down. Luckily, what we have left is actually enough to win with. The only problem is that's like enough to one-shot us now. What a weird team to lose against. We don't have a burn either, so we only get 8 gem spawn per. Oh, and we already missed. I think we lost. Yep, we lost. What just happened? Well then, I think that's the first time I've ever lost to that team. I can't retreat. I almost just retreated too. I actually need to play out the battle. Even if we are about to completely get obliterated. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Wow. I have never seen that team perform so well. Amazing. Yeah, that was a horrible starting board. Well, there's our first lose of the week, I believe. Is that our first lose? We haven't gotten a perfect week for the last 2 weeks now. Oh, no, never mind. We lost once on Monday. What happened on Monday? We lost on, like, the very first day already. We already lost our streak in the first day. Fail. Anyways, as long as we only lose once, it's fine. Oh, gosh, the same thing, except with Penguin. Though it should be weaker with Penguin. Oh, no, that should be even stronger. Should I switch up, or should we... Oh, we'll stay the same for now. I don't think we can get that horrible of a starting board twice in a row. Oh, we'll see if that proves me wrong in a second. This starting board. Not as bad as before, but still pretty bad. Move that over. Yeah, he already denies me there. Do I go Browns? I don't see how I'm going to have enough to do a follow-up. Move that down. Move that over. Keep letting him poke. That's actually really good for us. Oh, he got a brown from the Cascade. This needs to land to have a chance. Come on, luck. Got it. And what else we need to move around? We'll go throw the double purple here. Or do we wait, actually? Yeah, I think I might just wait and take a brown. Because he goes straight into a Elamagrim. We can take that for some yellows. And we get our extra turn. Nice. And now we can throw it down. So we'll throw a blank Elamagrim that will most likely miss. I'm not expecting it to hit. But we throw Elamagrim into a Dark Troll. There we go. It actually hit too. So it's even better. And now we win before he gets to do anything. There we go. Starting board actually went quick enough this time. And now we just loop until we inevitably win. Well, that went horribly. Too bad for that one battle. And then we just throw that down. She doesn't do double because her armor's so low. And Elamagrim again. Almost the exact same team, yet that one went exponentially better. Oh well. And the final battle is, again, same thing, just slightly different. Though that's a little bit weaker as well with the Runesmith. That's not really going to be too strong, though I say that, and we're probably going to lose to it. But Runesmith I would not advise really putting in that kind of team. I believe people do it because it's the only thing that covers purple within the dwarves. But yeah, it just doesn't really work that well. He's pretty bad of a troop. I say that. Well, let's see what happens in about 1 minute from now. We'll take a purple here. Take that over. See if we can get a double brown somewhere to get that to land. Also, thank you for your subscribe, Andy Wolfsturks. Oh wow, Andyavix, Endiavictrix, something like that. Thank you for the subscribe, much appreciated. Alright, we'll throw the doubling of the purple here. Yeah, definitely, because the doubling of the brown would be pointless. We got the burns down, and it looks like we already have the win. Good enough board to keep it going. A little bit worse of a board now, but still probably good enough to keep it going. Got it. Yeah, that's still fine. Yes, and double the purple. Oh no, we don't need it. Infernus already wins. Well, that was weird. Pretty much the same thing, same team 3 times in a row. 2 of them went amazing. 1 of them completely destroyed us. I guess a starting board will do that. But there we go. All Guild Wars done. It feels like it keeps going quicker and quicker as far as how long it takes us to do Guild Wars. Mainly because the meta keeps getting quicker, I think, as far as what teams can actually be used for every single color day. Yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, 4-1 for today. Where are we these days? There we are. Yeah, that hurt us quite a bit. Our score looks so low compared to some people now. Fail. Oh no, actually that's funny. Grey Gem did the exact same thing as us. Wow. That's really funny. 4-1, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, 4-1, 4-1. It goes the same for every single one. Except we scored 330 points better. Ha! No. That makes almost no difference whatsoever. Anyways, that's Guild War for today. Let's go do the dungeons real quick. And if you guys still have any other questions, anything you want me to mess around with, any teams, anything, let me know and we'll definitely make sure to go around. Still want to enjoy some more Bard. I'm going to go back to one of my favorite teams these days, even though I use it for 2 Guild War days. Still works for just about everything. PvP, dungeons, this. Oh, wait. There actually was something I did want to go do, because I'm probably not going to need it tomorrow. Someone suggested me to do this, and I actually haven't bothered doing it since Dungeons came out, I don't believe. Using the standard Bombot Black Manacle team to try to quick win Explorer. I need to go switch to a Mechanist class, though. So we'll go and do that. Let's see. We'll move that one. Aw, he actually turned from the Cascade there. That's not good. Where's our brown? Where's our yellow? I'll take the brown there. And go for that. Get the buff. Actually, let me buff first. If it goes on red, we get it. Yep, there we go. And it's match. 4 HP, or 5 actually. Well, 4 HP, 1 defense. There we go. So you got the Bard class fully traded. Nice. But you don't really have yellow mythics. So you just came up with Gorgotha. Queen Grapple Pot sounds good so far. Sun and Moon still sounds good. Hero Weapon and the Devoted. I would replace out Devoted. Other than that, it sounds really good. Yeah, everything perfect. Just remove Devoted. Let's see. What color would you go instead of a Devoted? Oh, wait. Let me go do the thing I was going to go do real quick, though. And then, actually, let me go figure that out first. Devoted. So your team that you were going was Gorgotha, Grapple. Oops, if I could put it in. Grapple. What was the other one? Sun and Moon. Oh, I might as well go test this real quick then, while we're at it, since I'm still using the Bard class. And oh, and we need another one. So we need either a yellow blue, a yellow red, and that's it. So probably a yellow red then, since the yellow blue. Let's see what our options are for both of them then that you might have. So yellow blue. I'm pretty sure you don't have Amnesia. You already used that. Wait, yellow blue. What are you doing? All colors. There we go. Astral Spirit wouldn't be horrible, but it doesn't synergize with anything you have. Uriali would work, but you probably don't have her. Night Coronet, you wouldn't want to deny a color you already have going. And yeah, there actually aren't that many good yellow blues, unless you want to go Silent One. That wouldn't really help you get points, but it would help you win. If you wanted to go like a Silent One Disable or something like that. could end up working pretty well. And then what do we have underneath the yellow-red option? I know already Bomb Bot actually wouldn't be horrible. Guard's Avatar would be good if you actually have it. Wouldn't bother with that. It's not enough damage. Garuda actually would work then. Believe that's a Red Storm, right? It would mainly buff up himself. We could do something like that then. Oh, then again, is there... Oh, do you have... what's his name? King Salinas to get an Impervious last slot so you don't have to deal with Devour. That would end up working pretty good. You can also put a Moloch into this team and use it as a drainer. Could put like a Moloch second slot and then go something like that. You wouldn't have an Impervious last slot, but you could roll with something like that and have a mana drain then. Yeah, that or if you have him, put the King Salinas last slot for Impervious and go something like that. You can even go something as simple as Goblin Rocket, which I'm almost guaranteed you have, and just have it as like an extra turn spear kind of troop into the team that you can use for a small amount of board control, which synergizes pretty good with the fact that she also gives HP to the Goblin Rocket as well, assuming you have her fully traded. So you get a little bit of synergy with that as well. Yeah, any of those would end up working. Either Goblin Rocket, King Salinas, or Moloch. King Salinas would have to be traded though. And Goblin Rocket you would need its first trait, though you don't need any of its other traits. Yeah, any of that would end up working with it. But yeah, any of that would work. So let me go and switch my hero class. I want to go and do the thing that we were going to mess around with earlier. I think I meant to do this last night too and I actually forgot. Let me go change this. Where's mech? To the mech. Change for free. It feels weird not using Bard anymore or Dragon hero class. But let me go and... Not PvP. Why did I click on that? Let me go back to dungeons and I want to go and see what we can do with this one team. Hey, there's a brown day too. That works out. Okay, so let me clear this out. Let me go get Bombot, Deep Boar, a Throwback, and Black Manacle. Someone suggested this earlier. Bringing it back. Haven't used it for a while. We'll throw it onto a double brown, and we're good to go. Okay, let's see what we can do then. Yeah, no problem. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in chat. Or if anyone else does. Get a poke. Don't really need it though. We just Bombot into Bombot. Yep, that is pretty quick. Yeah, that is pretty quick. Yeah, I never bothered using this specific old Bombot team in Explore. I mean, in challenges. I mean, in... I'll get it right eventually. In dungeons. But yeah, it's really good. That is for sure. Don't. Okay, there we go. Oh, come on, Cass. There we go. Well, then. I think we could clear through dungeons in under a minute with that. There we go. Yeah, we might need to start doing that for dungeons. Gosh, that is quick. I almost forgot how amazing this team is. I wish we could still use it in PvP. Let's see if I can still get away with it. Let's go try using this for a while. It's been a while. It normally gets a really high lose rate, but it has one of the quickest wins that you can do for PvP. It's not quicker than the other Bombot team, but the other Bombot team you can only use for challenges and for Explore. Those are the only two things that have low enough stats for it to work in. Oh, he got Apothecary. That actually somewhat helps us if he would have missed. Problem is he didn't miss. So that kind of defeats the purpose. Well, take the brown. Oh, never mind. Okay. Oh, no, I did. I was hoping I wouldn't give that to him, but oh well. Throw that down. And then Black Manacle. And ideally, you wipe them every single time you do that. This used to be really, really popular team for the few weeks after Bombot came out. But then 25% stats through events came out, and then it basically became pointless. Also, there's a lot of stuff that it doesn't one-cycle through. Ideally, you kill the entire enemy team in one Bombot, or in both the Bombot cast plus your Black Manacle. What's supposed to happen, ideally, is you win by just running through every single thing once. If you don't do that, this team goes pretty slow. If you do manage to do that, then you pretty much just auto-win. Oh, that's going to make it harder. You already poked us some. We didn't even get our mana from the Cascade there or anything. We'll move that. Let's throw Black Manacle so that some of the explosion mana goes back. And even after the hit, we still almost had enough to wipe. And we'll stick a Skull. He even gives us the other side. But yeah, high risk, high reward kind of team. Really interesting. But yeah, we have to keep doing the lower battles. Even some of the 1 trophies. I want to try to take an 8,000 or lower rating every single time if we're going to use this. It has to have pretty low rating for us to actually get away with what we're doing. Or else they're going to survive it pretty easily. Oh, come on, cast. There we go. That one we didn't even need the Black Manacle. Hello, Jeremiah. Welcome. Too bad we can't fit the event troop into it. Ooh, revenge. I gotta go take that with a real team. What should we throw? Let's go bring the guards back. I've been running that quite a bit recently, too. I'm bringing back all the older teams that we haven't been using for ages. That we used to run so often. Might as well. Also, thank you, Payoko fam, for your subscribe. Much appreciated. Oh, we didn't get any mercy. I think I've ruined my own mercy cast there. What a fail. Not that big a deal, though. We'll just go take that. Give yourself a little bit of mana. I need to start getting the alchemist up so we can actually land what's her name? or a mercy. There we go. Get a mercy down. Move that down. Move that up. Double check board. Looks good. Double check again. Looks good. Guard down. Throw a Hellcat on the green. He didn't earn it. Good. And oh, I was wondering why he didn't take my mana. He doesn't have the trait. I was gonna say, we don't have a stun. Oops, why did I do that instead of mercy? I hate when I do that. Accidentally casting that when we have a mercy just sitting there. Is there any point in trading Bombot? No. There's literally no point in trading Bombot as far as using it on a team. The only reason you ever trait him is because you need to get Kingdom Stars on Adana. But as far as his actual traits, none of his traits do anything. Bombot with no traits is the same thing as Bombot with traits. Yeah, there's literally no difference. They should really make changes to Mech Shield or something. So it would at least give him some kind of benefit. But yeah, his traits are 100% useless. They are really, really weird traits that don't really synergize with him at all. He never wants to be up front because he doesn't want to be hit by skulls, yet he has a skull effect. The only one that slightly makes sense is Sturdy. And maybe Mech Bond, but there should be Mech Shield. At least give him something to use. But yeah, Bombot's useless with traits. The only reason people trade him is, of course, for Dana Kingdom Stars, because it does contribute to your stars over here. So everyone still traits them, it's just he's useless as far as his traits are concerned. Oh, really easy battle there. I'm gonna go take that out. Yeah, I think we can win most battles with this in about 30 seconds or so. Let's see. We should go time it now. Look at that. Oh, the good old days when we used to be able to do this on literally every team. Dust Devils used to be even worse than this before they got nerfed too. They used to be able to do this, except they were empowered from turn 1. Oh, we can't take Brown. We can't overpower kill him in a second. There we go. It was this team that made me ask if they're ever going to nerf Bombot, and they actually said no, or at least they didn't have any plans on it, and they still haven't since. And they might not, because it generally doesn't really get used that much. It's only really used for really, really quick winning in Explorer challenges, stuff like that. Bringing it into PvP is normally pretty dangerous, because if you miss the cycle, you'll generally lose the battle, because all we'll have left is Deep Bore plus a hero, and if we get like Kraken hit by one of them, boom, we're dead. I'll throw that to the side. Bombot. Black Manacle, dead. Gosh. This was not the team we ended up using when we went to rank 1, surprisingly. We actually used Queen Mad back when she was super OP. Okay, let me use a real team. Can't lose against those. If we try throwing that against it, we technically could win, but the chances would be a lot lower. So no need to bother with it when we could just go for the guaranteed win. Or almost guaranteed. Still a chance we could lose with this too. Could lose with potentially anything if we get bad enough luck. We'll go take the blues there. Nothing we really need to take around there. Just go for a, come on, guard. Throw that down. Get an alchemist if we can. Green. Get a mercy on top of that if we can. Good. That'll give us a guard. Just move everything off the board. Good, good, good. Move that. And everything looks clear. Throw that down. Get a Hellcat. He gets his little revive thingy. Yeah, we can throw it on the color. Let's throw it on green. Come on, Alchemist. Get us full mana. We need you. And Hellcat on blue. Oh, we can't get away with Hellcat on blue. Let's move that over. And throw that down. Oh, we could have taken an extra turn too. I guess that doesn't matter though. He's already downed. Also, hello Jeremiah. Welcome. Is there any point to... Oh, never mind. I already answered that. I need a brown build for tomorrow. Rag, Emperor Corvash, Famine, Shackles. What hero class are you doing with that? But yeah, that sounds okay. Normally you don't use Rag in first slot though. You most of the time want to offset him by 1. The main reason for this is because you don't want a Scion hitting him. If you end up getting hit by a Scion on him, you're going to be losing a lot of your potential within the battle. Because the whole point of Rag is to get yourself a lot of mana really quick. And if your mana generator, your core mana generator is getting drained like that, particularly since it starts with full mana, so you have to worry from turn 1 about skulls being taken against you. It's normally too high of a liability to keep him in first slot. Gargoltha you can normally get away with because he doesn't start with any mana, but Arachnagore does start with mana. So from the beginning of when you start the battle, you have to keep worrying about them constantly taking a skull against you. So I wouldn't really advise using it in a first slot. You can just use Corvash or something else in front of it. Of course, you're risking your mana your mana drainer then, but still, it's better than risking your Ragnagord with all of his mana. Yeah, other than that, it sounds pretty solid. Mainly just needs a reorganization as far as positionings. I will go for 1 trophy here. Feels weird going for 1 trophies, but this team actually can't do many of the higher, stronger battles. What do we do here? I guess Red Search. Hey, we actually got it. Nice. So that, I guess that is kind of to be expected with how high our search chances. We'll throw it at this side or this side. I always do that. If you guys are wondering why I always do that, it's either all the way to one of the sides, and generally it's the side with less brown. This gives the highest chance that Dbarrel will actually extra turn. Out of every gem spawner in the game, he actually has one of the highest chances of landing. Even though he doesn't create the most gems, he basically completely gets rid of 1 column. So it makes the board quite a bit smaller than what you would normally be dealing with. The board is normally a 8x8 grid, of course, but then he ends up reducing it down to a 7x8 or 8x7, however you look at it, whichever way is correct way of saying that. But he basically makes the board smaller, so it becomes easier to actually land, as he completely misses, but still. Technically, it makes it easier for him to land. We'll throw that down. That should give us full mana on him, and we can throw that to Dbarrel to go get everything rolling. If he can end this turn, there we go. Throw that down. Get our manas, get our bomb bots. Get, oh, that already won. We didn't even need black mana to go follow up. Good. There we go. My eyes are like tired. It's because it's getting dark out so much earlier. It's like, oh, time to sleep. No, it's not. My eyes don't know better though. Let's see. We'll throw a guard against that. Where to go? Where to go? There we go. Quick question. What is your question? Also, welcome, Marcelo. Also, hello, SPM as well. Mercy, do we have a cast for you? No, we do not. So we move that. Still nothing. So we throw Hellcat. Come on, Hellcat. Cast. We'll get that down. Get a No, we don't have Mercy. I don't even think I have Alchemist other than on red. I might have to do it just to give us alignment for later. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it. Goodbye, red, but we can now use Mercy. Is the board set up in a way that I can just leave it as is? It is. Go through Guard's Avatar now, then Mercy, and then we go from there. We'll throw that down. Get our Mercy. That allows us to Guard Avatar now. So we'll throw that down. And now we can Hellcat into getting it back up. Actually, let me Alk first. We'll use Alk. Wow, we have very, very few reds on the board. That's not good. Oh, I could have just taken that color. Fail. I should just... Oh, what did I do? I double messed up there. I meant to aim that at yellow, and then I meant to take the extra turn on the yellow. 2 yellow instances of mess up. Oh, not that big a deal. It's 3 HP. Actually, we can kill it right there off that skull. Okay, I guess that actually wasn't a mess up then. Let's see... Function I, you got this. 1 second. Also, for anyone wondering, or who didn't hear earlier, we will be getting the final troll on Monday. The lava troll, or whatever he's called. It's going to be a yellow, purple, and of course, like all the other ones, he doubles the color. He doubles the reds, and that means it'll be the last of all the trolls for the colors. So we'll finally have every single option. Unfortunately, he's not really going to be that viable due to the fact that he is yellow-purple. And basically, Hellcat already does that. So it's like, okay, well, now we have a second one that does almost the exact same thing. So it's a little bit odd that they made it like that. But, yep, that is how he is. Also, it's not just yellow-purple. There's a second color coming too. It's, where'd it go? It's where'd it go? It's also red, pure red trait stone. So if you've been needing either of those, pure red I'd probably use most likely for courage. I haven't really ran many courage teams as of recently, but he is still pretty decent. He got slightly nerfed. Well, he got directly nerfed down to 2 stat gain a couple months ago. He also got indirectly nerfed the most recent patch when they ended up making it so you can only get 1 instance per things that trigger on the board. So like extra turns and stuff like that when they can only trigger once per instance. That works also for the way that he takes skulls. So he does a lot less stats than what he normally does. He no longer does that super insane overpowered stat gain that he used to do. So not as useful to really use anymore because of that. Also, we just one-shotted that team. I saw that was a low team score. I didn't realize it was that low of a team score. What? 1 bomb bot to kill them all. Oh, double revenge. Let me take this one. It's also rival. Let's go throw it with a guard, though, instead. We can get a double silence on Cerberus? Cerberus. I think it's Cerberus. Can we ask them to change the colors of the Flame Troll so he's different from Hellcat? I wish they would do that. They might? Who knows? They have very, very rarely ever changed the color of a troop, though. But yes, I would love if they changed it to absolutely any color other than the colors that he currently is. Doesn't even matter what the colors are. As long as it's not yellow-purple, I'd be perfectly fine with whatever it is. It just seems so weird because it's just a copy-paste Hellcat pretty much. For the most part. There's really no distinction between them. And I think in most instances I would just stick with Hellcat anyways. If they were the same color. Where do we throw Alchemist? Nowhere? Well then, I guess we could do it on red. And now we can get a Mercy into it. And that should be enough damage. Come on. There we go. And match. Have you seen the Gorgoltha, Ketris, Scorpius team? Where Ketris just gets stat boosted beyond infinity? I have not seen the team, and I have not used it either, because unfortunately we do not have a second Scorpius. It was something I was thinking about getting, but decided not to due to the amount of keys that we'd end up having to throw at it. And of course, I want to make sure I always have enough to get every mythic whenever they come out. So it's one of the reasons I haven't ever been getting multiple mythics anymore. I used to do that in the past, like try to get multiple mythics. I think we ended up getting like Triple Plague when he first came out and a few other instances of it. But these days, no, I don't bother doing anything more than just a single one. If we happen to get lucky and we get like 2 mythics at once, then sure, that works. But once we get the first mythic, I just stop for the most part. It's not really worth these days going any further than that. Especially since they reduced the amount of gems within the last several months that you can get through guild and stuff. So it's not really worth trying to get more than one. Unless we just get pure luck. Yellow-green would be better colors for Flame Troll. I don't know, green seems a little weird of a color to give to Flame Troll. I don't know, maybe like a yellow-brown? It'd kind of be like a Gorgoltha, as far as its coloration. So then again, they do 2 yellow-browns back-to-back as far as event weeks. But still, I feel like that would be the better color or something for him. It just seems really weird that he's yellow-purple. Or at least the same as Hellcat. He's not even magical in any way. They need to get rid of his purple color for something. What is the kingdom even missing? I don't even know. Let me double check. And maybe it's purple and that's why they're adding it. You know, they might actually be missing purple. And they were like, oh, let's go fill the gap in Broken Spire. But then they didn't realize that it's the exact same as Hellcat. I don't know how they cannot notice that, though. Let me see. No, there's Infernus. Purple's technically covered. Oh, and Obsidian Golem. Yeah, every color's covered. Yeah, every color is covered pretty easily. Even green. Yeah, a little bit of everything's covered. They don't need to make it a, yellow purple. That wouldn't really serve much a purpose. I guess they do that to try to block Infernus, just so people wouldn't use it for Infernus as much. I don't think that's too big a deal, though, because people just use purple mana generators generally for him. I don't know. It's strange. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Oh, I wonder if Kraken's strong right now. Wow. That's a lot of Kraken. You know what? I don't want to have to deal with that one. This one's a lot easier. Wow. Well then. That makes this much easier to do. Let's throw that down on it. If anyone else has any of the questions, team builds you want me to mess around with or anything, feel free to leave them in chat and we'll go around to all of them. Ooh, extra turn. Not directly, but we get to Cascade. Very nice. Get a Hellcat down, get down blue. Get to convert on green. Move that up. Throw this down, convert to red. See if we can get a guard, and come on, guard. Down you go. Skip, skip, and go right through. Let's see. Is the leaderboard around 23,000? Go down, go down. Oh, it's already past 23,000. Wow. Wow, that just keeps going up and up. Yeah, I think the minimum's now 25,000 to make it in the top 100. Every single time I luck, it feels like it goes up another 1,000 as far as the requirement to make it on the leaderboard. Just slowly keeps starting creeping up over time. Because everyone on the leaderboard keeps competing with each other, and then they just naturally start playing slightly more every single week to keep up with the other people. And then that just slowly causes over time everyone to start getting higher scores. Then more people are playing, so it's a higher probability that more active people would be playing. But yeah, it has not stopped going up. Even after the UI changes where people, or some people ended up leaving the game because they didn't care for it, it still kept going up. Let's see. Also, the next patch is bringing the last of the UI changes, by the way. And from the preview images, they actually look pretty good, I do have to say. A lot better than the changes that they made this time. Most of the changes that they did make this time are still being kept in the game. But they're definitely... The next patch, from what I've seen so far, definitely looks like at least a movement in the right direction. We'll go move that. Throw down a guard, get that down. They'll just poke me. Get a alchemist down if we can. Nope. Can we? No. Do we even have a drop? I don't think we even have that. Oh yeah, we do. We can move that down. Does that open any possibilities though? I don't believe it does. Oh wait, we have Hellcat. Yes it does. So we throw that down. And now we can just throw a guard into an alchemist next turn. And can we get it down? No. Nor can we mercy. Well, obviously, if we can't alchemist, we can't mercy. So let's just throw this on red then. And yes, that does give us a mercy cast. And that gives us the win cast. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, and he revived. Fail. Well, it wouldn't have even if he didn't. Because the other one was still there. Move that up. Move that down. And Hellcat. Guard. And go from there. Please don't revive. Oh, did I not take a skull? Apparently. Because he shouldn't have been able to take that if I did. So we'll throw that down. And don't revive. Let me take a skull. I have a feeling he's going to revive right here. Which way should I take it? Let's take that one. Okay, good. He didn't. We're safe. You hate the UI changes? Well, most of them. But you can't see a reason to leave the game for it. It's just UI. Yeah, I normally don't care about the user interface at all. I mentioned that many times. I actually don't really care that much about what the game looks like. The main thing I care about is the gameplay itself. As long as the gameplay is there, it doesn't really matter. As long as the UI is usable. The only thing I slightly hated like the most, which I still hate actually, is the background here. If I could make it solid, I would in a heartbeat. This right here, this entire square right here, needs to be a completely solid, non-see-through background. Or at least have an option to be able to change it to such. I'd be perfectly happy with what the UI is right now if they would make that simple change. They made a small change to it, but it wasn't enough. We'll throw a guard down there. Get a Mercy down. Get that on yellow. Get a Hellcat on blue. Oh, come on, blue. And see if we can get a guard down. 2 Skull Poke, guard. And team wipe. Easy wipes. Oh, when should you spend gold after you leveled up all your kingdoms to level 10? Gold allocation after you've leveled every single kingdom to 10. This is a moment you evaluate your guilds and decide if you are wanting to go into a better guild. If you do decide that you want to go and leave into a better guild, then basically just start hunting global chat as well as the Gems of War forum and stuff, and start trying to find a guild that you might want to enter. The Gems of War forum in particular is probably the best place to look on gemsofwar.com underneath the forum section, and just going under the recruitment thread areas. Because there's a wide variety of guilds always recruiting, particularly on Sundays and Mondays, which is right about now. So most guilds are starting to recruit, particularly on Monday, because that's when everyone's kind of rushing to get anyone who they need to fill for the week. So those are generally the best times to try finding a guild. And the reason you want to do this is try getting into a higher gold requirement guild, because you end up getting a lot more rewards. You end up getting all the tasks completed if you aren't already doing that, and you get multiple legendary tasks, which give a lot of end game content, including legends, mythics, gems, keys, arcane trait stones, etc. A lot of various resources. Other than that, if you don't want to do that and you're already happy with your guild, the main thing, and one of the only things that you can really throw your gold on, is gold keys, which actually aren't that bad. Gold keys give a wide variety of resources. As you can see here, we end up getting a bunch of minors and rare trait stone. It only does minors and rares, but one of the really nice things about it is it gives some of the gold back that you paid into it. It gives you some glory, it gives you souls, and it can give you some gems. So it's an easy way to kind of farm up a bit of glory, souls, and gems without really needing to do much. You just open a bunch of these, and you end up gaining a bunch of resources. But yeah, those are about the only 2 things you really have to do. I would definitely advise doing the guild version, but if you're already happy with your guild, then simply just do gold keys or contribute more to your guild. But generally, you don't want to have too big of a disparity in the guild that you're in as far as your donation. If you're donating constantly, like 2 times or 3 times more than everyone else in the guild, it's probably time to try to find a better guild, unless you're really committed to it because of people that are in it or other reasons. But yeah, that's generally the best thing you do if you're looking for specifically resource output. Well, we'll throw that down for a mercy. Get out rolling. Move that over. See if we can get a guard avatar. Get a Hellcat down. Throw it down on brown. Mercy, all that. Get the death mark off us. Hellcat on the green. Move that one over, and we'll throw a guard here. Oops, I messed that up. See if we can get a guard. And what else? What else? Come on, there has to be an extra turn and all that mess. There it is. It's all the way in the corner. It's hiding from me in the corner. Oh, duh. We could just skull poke him. That was literally sitting there the entire time. Yeah, no problem for the response. Marcelo? Hey, Arcane. I mean, Arcane. I actually wish it was Arcane. A Celestial trait stone. I think a Arcane actually would be more useful than a Celestial. I think I have a good enough excess at this point that I don't really need to worry about it. It's very beneficial to be in a guild that is able to complete legendary tasks. Yeah, it is really, really beneficial. Not specifically for the legendary tasks themselves, but just the fact of you constantly being able to obtain all of the basic resources. This will serve you 2 purposes. It will help you in PvP, because you will be able to get yourself a bunch of extra bonuses. Because whenever you completely finish out a certain color, you end up getting some stats. Red does attack, purple does magic, so on and so forth, for when you end up maxing them out. So those extra stats can help you quite a bit in PvP and Guild Wars, because they apply in everywhere, other than in Arena. That's the only place they don't apply. So they're quite helpful. And other than that, of course, you end up getting a lot more resources just from constantly completing them out. And the base value that you get at the end of like the blue one, where you get a lot of gems. I think the last section of it's like almost 100 gems now, which is quite a hefty amount of gems to get for basically free, just from doing your normal contributions. Well, we'll throw that down on blues, get that rolling. See if we can get a Hellcat somewhere, like on brown to red. I think we can get that. Yeah, we'll do that to brown to red. Get that rolling. Get a nice little bit of mana flowing. And wipe. Oh, wait, how are you still alive? It's because you revived. What are you doing? I think we can just kill with Hellcat at this point. Almost. There we go. I'm not going to bother with guard. It would take an additional 1 second. We shall go for the skull instead. Famine. Okay. This team is... Oh gosh. I overuse this team too, but there's a lot of people that overuse this team. I shouldn't really mention anything because I'm probably one of the biggest abusers too for overusing this team. But yeah, this team needs to fade away. It is really annoying. There's a lot of stuff that can win against it, but that's not the point. It's just the whole premise of the team is, I don't know, really counterproductive. There's just no counter to mana drain other than another mana drain. Until they really add a counter, something really needs to be done to that team. It's not overpowered even these days, but I don't know, it's just really annoying not having anything that you can do to counter it sometimes. It really just comes down to luck on some battles. That or using empowereds and just trying to outpace them before they can actually do anything. Kind of like what we're doing now with the Mercy, essentially. That's why I actually keep going to this. That and the fact we get silence whenever we use Guard's Avatar, which silences almost the entire team. Or at least the biggest damage sources, which are the last 2 slots. Those are the most annoying too, the ones with all the Death Mark, and the one with all the mana drain. Particularly the Famine, of course. Your, let's see, in my level 200 arenas, you actually encounter Dawnbringer now. You're level 200 and you finally see Dawnbringer. That is unfortunate. Because, yeah, they will be doing something to address that in the future, they did mention. Because they are aware of how ridiculously overpowered Dawnbringer is in Arena. And it's pretty unfair for every single person who doesn't have it. And I think only about a few % of the game even has Dawnbringer. Because it is a pretty expensive weapon. You see in a lot of my battles that we see it. But that's mainly because everyone who we're fighting is like super end game. People that have more resources than they know what to do with. But for a good majority of players do not have stuff like that. It's not even really worth going out of your way to get it, for the most part, for how much it actually costs. There's so many other things that you could put those souls towards that's better value. Like actually upgrading to get all your troops to try to get the Kingdom Stars would give much better value than just having a Dawnbringer. Where do we throw this? Did we get a Mercy in here? I think we just... Oh, wait. What am I doing? I can literally just use Guard already. I didn't even need to do anything else. We could just do that into a Convert here. See if we can get a Mercy down, get a Hellcat, go from there. And there we go. That's the wipe. Oh, hello. 1 HP or 6 HP. 1 shot. Down it goes. Hey, it looks like we might reach level 1193 tonight. I don't know for sure. We could always grind it out and explore if we really had to. If we truly want that level, we shall get it. Yeah, by the end of the year, we will definitely be the next... We'll be 1200. So yay! The small milestones. They really do need to rework how EXP works, though. It takes way too long to get levels once you start getting in. They also made the max level impossible to reach. It takes several centuries. It would take around like 50 years to be able to reach what is currently max level in this game. Because of how they rescaled it. Everyone's like, hey, can you please rescale it? And everyone's like, hey, make it a higher level cap. Because before, it used to be a level 1000 level cap for the longest of time. Only like the last year or so has it been higher than a level 1000 level cap. But then they ended up raising it, but they raised it so high. It's like, okay, now we'll never need to raise it again. But they raised it so high that it's unrealistic for that it's even there. Well, let's go throw a Hellcat down. Get a poke. And that's match. Down it goes. Yeah, we might even reach 10,000 rating too. We're on our way there. Looks like we'll be able to do it. It's actually been a while since... Oh, actually, no, last week we did that pretty easily. I guess that's kind of our average normally. Is it somewhere around that 10,000 ballpark area? It's not particularly high, but... Actually, I'm really curious after we finish our battle today. Once we, like, gain our level or something, where we actually land. I still think we're, like, the bottom 15%. Or not the bottom 15%, but the top 15%, I should say. Not 15%, I mean 15,000 is what I meant to say. Which is still ridiculously low, but... Yeah. Well, we'll throw that down. It always amazes me how many more there are above us. Okay, we'll throw a guard down. See if we can get a purple there. Throw that down. Oh, we're frozen. Hello. It would help if I use a mercy. Oh, well, that's not happening. Well then, at least he didn't devour there. Well, that went extremely wrong. Let's go throw that on blues. One last thing he'll be able to do. We'll throw a guard's avatar down. We're losing a lot of our value though. And now we lost all of our value. Well, goodbye, value. Let's see. Might as well just swipe for mana, since we're so frozen right now. And I will do this. Will obviously lose our turn though. Oh, we kept it because we got a skull. Very nice. That was pretty lucky. We don't have much of a follow-up though. I guess we take a skull. Oh wait, yeah we do. We can do that. And we still get to keep our turn, though I don't really think that helps us much. If we could take a purple or yellow, it would help. And we can't. And he steals it from us. How do we go about this? I think I do convert this. Nice. And do we skull poke? No, I think I need to throw... I might just throw Hellcat here. And hope he doesn't devour. Okay, good. He actually doesn't. We have guard now. That doesn't really serve much of purpose though. It's not enough damage to kill, I don't think. Unless we could randomly extra turn with this. Nope, that's not an extra turn. He didn't devour though. Oh sweet, we actually have a chance. So we'll throw that down. And now we just need to not die. And then we win. Move that up. Take our mana. Oh, that is not helping us not die. Let's see. Wait, is that enough mana to go to full? I think we can. Let's do that on green. If nothing else, I might be able to skull poke it. Nope, that is enough. Wait, is that enough? Yeah, that's enough. 11, 6. That is 17 damage. It's 2 more than we need. Well, that was a weird battle, but we still won. How did your puzzle quest playthrough go? You were only able to catch a small bit of it? Oh, it went really, really well. Had a lot of fun with it. Well, we're going to be doing it every Saturday for the foreseeable future. For a pretty long time. We're going to be 100%ing the game, and that's definitely not a short thing to do. I don't know the exact amount of time it takes to 100% puzzle quests. I know the first time we played, I think it took us about 15 to 20 hours to play through the base game. But there's way more content than just the base game. Also, this time around, we're reading literally all of the lore and everything in the game. So that alone is going to make it take a lot longer too. But if I had to guess, since we're not even into Chapter 1 yet, I would say it is going to take us around anywhere from 150 to about 250 hours total to completely finish out the game. So far, we have played 3 hours into the current account. But yeah, that is our goal. Originally, it was going to be like a year-long project. I think it's actually only going to take about 6 months. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to be doing it until it's done. And we'll be doing that every Saturday for basically forever. No. For at least the next several months, that is for sure. Well, throw down guard. And it's just going to be between the 2 normal streams that we do. So every Saturday from now on, it's just going to be the normal morning Gems of War stream. Then we take a small break. Then it's these puzzle quests, then small break, and then we transition back into what we're doing right now, like we do every night. And that's basically the game plan for it. Throw that down, get a little poke here, and we'll be good to go. Don't even need to focus the aiming at it. Let's see. And about the lorry. About lorry. Should you spend it? Oh, glory. Should you spend it on the glory chest? No. Never spend it on glory chest. To try to get better troops. As a new player, you keep saving some glory for the weekly reset to see which troops they will offer on the chest. No, basically what you should always do is, yes, what you're doing. What you just said. You should be saving all of your glory for the weekly troops. There are a couple of reasons for this. One is, well, mainly these values right over here are... Oh, I'm going to the wrong screen, fail. The values that you end up getting for these glory rewards are really, really solid. You end up getting a new troop. You end up getting 2 glory keys, 10 gold keys, 5,000 glory. I mean, I wish. That would be weird. 5,000 gold, and either 2 or 1 arcane trade stones plus 4 miners. The amount of value that you get for the amount of glory you put in is definitely worth it. If you break this down to just keys alone, you're almost getting about the same amount of drops, but you're actually getting additional resources on top of that, plus some guaranteed resources. Glory, you want to keep constantly saving for these, mainly because you can get arcanes on demand, instead of having to go to Explorer and constantly farming for hours on end to go get a specific arcane that you need, you can simply wait for when it comes around, or simply stock up whenever you know that you might be needing it. Like, let's say brown purple, maybe you might want to get a Keeper of Souls eventually fully traded. You can go buy it in advance, and so on and so forth with other arcane trait stones. If you happen to know like what some of the other troops are that you might be wanting in the future to actually use in your teams, you can stock up on their arcane trait stones prior to ever owning them, so that you'll have them way in advance. But yeah, I would honestly 100% all your glory into, not every single week throw all your glory at it, but basically save your glory for only spending on event weeks. You don't have to throw literally all your glory at every single event week, but particularly on ones where they give an epic, you end up getting 2 arcane trait stones for 200 glory each, which is really good value. Like this week right now, you end up getting those 2 arcanes. I clicked too quickly. But you end up getting those 2 arcanes. Those only cost 200 glory each, which is a lot quicker, way quicker than farming it by actually trying to explore. That could take an hour to try to get that alone, those 2 arcane trait stones. So it's definitely generally a pretty good idea to do these. It is a little bit more expensive when it's a lower rarity. It will cost 300 glory for only 1 arcane. Those weeks aren't as desirable to buy these, but you still might want to get a few of them if you need to get a specific arcane trait stone. So it's still a good idea. And I would just honestly spend all your glory there. Of course, you can spend them on glory keys. I wouldn't really advise this. It does give you quite a bit more troops, and it does give you a little bit of spread of resources. But for the cost of how much you spend per glory key, I've never really found it worth it. You may notice I have like a ridiculously high stash in the corner there. That's because I never spend my glory on glory keys. On glory chests, I should say. All the glory chests I ever open are from other means of collection. They're never from specifically me spending glory, because it's so much better value just to use it on the weekly packs. Eventually, I might start actually needing to use them for glory keys, because eventually I'm going to have so much glory I won't know what to do it with. The main reason I'm reserving so much, like a ridiculous amount like I have right now, is kingdoms are going to start eventually having max stars. And once they start getting near max stars, I am going to start to 100% max every single troop that ever comes in the glory drop pool. Currently, I don't do that because it costs way too much glory to constantly do that literally every week. But I will be in the future, just because it will just help us progress to having all the newer kingdoms maxed out. Or not the newer kingdoms, but the newer stuff maxed out. So that when kingdoms start reaching 10 stars, we'll get all the extra bonuses from it. But yeah, bottom line, long story short, never buy glory keys. That's all you really need to know. It can be summarized as quickly as that. Okay, there goes Scion, but he dies for it. He should have just taken a skull. That's what you get. Okay, let's go and... oh, Famine, why? We have no way of hitting you either. The struggle of not having single targets on your team. It might not actually even matter. There we go. Never mind, it doesn't even matter. And down it goes. Up, come on. Yes, never glory on glory keys. It's the one resource you should never spend on keys. All the other ones are kind of fine. It's fine to spend gold on gold keys. It's fine to spend gems on gem keys. It's fine to spend gems on event keys, though slightly less so. It's fine to spend seals on guild keys, because that's literally the only thing they currently do. And it's fine to spend gems on VIP keys. The only one that's not worth it is glory keys. But yeah, that's the only one that you basically never buy, just because the packs are so much better. Next kingdom with 9 stars is January 22nd. I know 10 stars is very far away, but once it does come, we have to throw several thousand glory. I think it's anywhere from 5,000 to 15,000 glory per event. So that's going to start burning through our glory very quick, given that we'll have to do that, start doing that. And some weeks they'll give out 2 troops, like next week, for example, they give out 2 troops. So I think if we were to max out everything, if we were to do that next week, which we aren't, it would cost us, I believe, around 20,000 glory or somewhere around there. And of course, that can start eating through glory very quick, since obviously we don't actually earn 20,000 glory per week. Actually, I don't even know how much glory I earn per week, to be honest, but I know it's not that much for sure. I should keep track of that. There's one of the resources I don't think I've ever kept track of its weekly rate, or even its daily rate, or an hourly rate, or any rate. That should probably be something I figure out eventually. It's not something I ever bother testing because it can be pretty sporadic in how much you end up getting, because there's a lot of random factors that can determine it. Also, it depends if it's a week where you have +5 glory, because that drastically changes results too, since it's almost like gaining 2 times or sometimes even more than 2 times glory. So that makes a really huge difference. Right, we'll just throw that down. I actually don't know why I did that cast. I didn't really need to. Don't move that over, move that over. Nothing else we need to throw on. We'll just go throw a guard there. Get a nice little wipe. You earn 10,000 to 14,000 per week? That sounds about right. I don't know how often I get from just checking tributes. That would be another thing to check. Once we start getting, once a few more kingdoms come out, like maybe after the next kingdom, I'll test and see what like 100 tributes look like. Take a screenshot of each one and then make a video on it. This is what late game people earn from tributes, and then maybe just downscale it. Better I could just get someone to do the math, because I know we had the math on it a while back, so I could use that old math and try finding where the average player is approximately. I could even ask the devs on that and maybe see if we can make some data out of that. Okay, let's do one more battle. Let's get over that 10,000. Oh, it's a revenge battle too. Wisps. I have not been seeing wisps that often. I don't know where they all went. Yeah, I can definitely see getting quite a bit of glory just from tributes. I believe it's, let's see, 80 average, I think, per tribute, I want to say. I honestly don't even know. So if we do 10 per day, that's like 800 per day. And what is that? 800 times 7 is... just that alone would be 5,600, not counting a single glory we earned from battle. So that's definitely understandable that you could be gaining 10,000 plus. And we'll throw that. Oh, and you get about 9k PvP score, so that's about what we do every single week as well, approximately. Sometimes a bit lower. Actually, you normally have quite a bit lower. This week's a little bit higher. Throw that down, get a guard. Oh, I didn't take the other thing. Luckily, he died anyway, so it doesn't even matter. And we'll just do the level at the later time then. But we got over 10,000. There we go. Where does that put us? In 10,000. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. With 10,000 points, we are in 27,576th place. We got this. Could you imagine if we tried number oneing? We would literally have to do over 100,000. The most I ever did in 1 week, I believe, was 56 or 66,000. It was somewhere around the 60-ish thousand range. Somewhere around there was the highest I ever did. That would only be 6th place right now. The best I ever did, ever, in a PvP week is currently only 6th place in what is currently the leaderboard. So yeah, that's a pretty big difference. Definitely a pretty big difference. Whisper are all devoted by Krakens, or all devoured by Krakens. Yeah, Kraken, Wisp Kraken has been used a lot less since both Wisp and Kraken has been nerfed recently. It's still not too bad. Krakens, I mean, the Wisps are mainly high impact early game, low impact late game troops. And they're even more so that way. They get a really good start, but beyond that start, they're pretty bad. If they don't kill you with their start, they're generally pretty harmless for the most part. But anyways, oh wait, any suggestion to improve your Red Day team? You use Wisp, Ragnagord, don't use Wisp in first slot. Actually, that's actually not too bad, never mind. Wisp, Ragnagord, what's CB? CB. I actually forgot what CB is. And Infernus. Why can I not remember what CB is? What does CB stand for? Something Beast, I want to say. What is CB? Oh, Crimson Bat. That's a little... Okay. Probably replace out Crimson Bat then. Because that true damage isn't really doing much for you. And yes, you don't have the Element of Grim, so you can't use that in there. Let's see. You would need either a red-blue, or you would need a... Or is that the only color, actually, because of Infernus range? Yeah, you would need some kind of red-blue. So what would be the options you would have? Oh, Merlion, right? Isn't Merlion red-blue? You can use Merlion last slot and use it as a anti-Kraken. And that would be perfectly fine. You could even get silence and everything. Merlion. That is right, red-blue, right? Yeah. Just replace Crimson Bat with Merlion and then move it to last slot. So your team would be Wisp, Ragnagord, Infernus, and Merlion. and your Ragnagord would fill this up with explosions, and then you would just use it as a silence disable. It would also be a slight damager since it does double when they're silenced. And if you double hit on the last enemy, that does do double on the second hit, which is nice. Or if it's already silenced, double on both hits. And the main thing you would use him for is Last Slot Impervious, because I believe he's the only red-blue in the entire game with Impervious, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure. Impervious. Yep, he's the only one. So he's the only red-blue, so you could just use something like that then. So that would end up working. Because I don't think Crimson Bat's really going to give you much value in that team. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for tonight. Thank you all so much for coming down. We'll be back same time tomorrow, as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. And we'll be doing that every night, as always. And yeah, we'll be going over the new event, the lava elemental thingy, or the lava troll, I should say. The new little thing that's kind of like a bomb bot, but it isn't nowhere near as good. They're basically adding Bombot 0.5. Version 0.5 of Bombot's coming out tomorrow. So we'll see how that pans out. It should be pretty useless, but it's nowhere near what a Bombot was, that's for sure. Bombot's still going to be the meta. Unless they're nerfing him on Monday, which they better not. My Bombots. They better not ever nerf that. It's so much fun to use. Let's see. This is your 5th time you send this message. Sorry. Can you try Jezebel? Okay, let me go do that then. Wait. I keep missing the message. Jezebel, Forest Troll, Jezebel. Oh, sure. That sounds like a fun team to mess around with for the final battle. So let's go do that. My bad. Let me get that in. Queen, yes. Queen Jezebel, and what was the other one we needed? Forest Troll. And I guess a brown-blue would do it quite well. Brown to go directly into the troll, blue for the Queen Yeses. Actually, we might as well go double brown, actually. Let me go double brown. Brown. Oops, I just moved that incorrectly. Where's my double brown? There it is. Double brown, come back. There we go. Okay, let's go use this. Queen Yeses and a forest troll. Just in time, I know, right? Oh, you said oh, never mind, that is right one. I thought I did the wrong troop for a second. My bad. That is correct. Okay, so first off, want to get browns for sure. Just trying to find where we aligned them. That would be good. Basically, just take a brown off the top. Yeah, we'll just do something like that then. That will give us a follow-up brown as well, so we'll take that. Double the green. Should be good to go now. And now we can spam Queen Yes until we win. There you go. Have a Queen Yes. Wait, why did I do it in that order? That was weird. I have no clue why I casted that one first. Was not what I should have done. Oh, could have taken more brown. I guess it doesn't really matter much, though. We'll double it. This is actually a pretty interesting team. Never really thought about just using this with spam with that. Yeah, you could just keep doing this and then, like, one-shotting all of them. Kind of interesting. Would be a little bit annoying to try to use this against Kraken, though. Again, I did that. I don't know why I casted that first. This is not the way you're supposed to do it. But now we're pretty much up to one shot. Let me kill it real quick just so it doesn't do anything. And double the greens. He doesn't interrupt it at all. Nice. And we throw it down. This is a pretty interesting team. We'll throw that down. Do it in the right order this time for once. And let's match. There we go. Yeah, it is a pretty interesting team. Definitely pretty potent. Wouldn't advise it against Kraken, but against everything else, it seems to be pretty solid. Also, you probably wouldn't want to use it against mana drain like Famine or stuff either. Yeah, pretty decent. But yeah, that is pretty funny. I never really thought about using something like that, but yep, you are correct. That works pretty well. The Queen Yes army with the Forest Troll. Very unique. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for tonight. Thanks for showing that team. It was pretty cool. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow night. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We will still be in the Stardew Valley stream tomorrow as we normally do. That will be starting around noon Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, as always does, about 15 hours 15 hours from now tomorrow. We'll be doing that. So I'll see you all either later tonight or for the other stream. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.